Hey, and welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. It is another beautiful day out there, and yeah, it was 77 degrees when I got in my office this morning at 7:30 a.m. and I'm telling them they got to do something about the air conditioner. Besides that, and Bitcoin's price action and what we think the market's likely to do here in the short term and in the long term, I'm going to bring up first some crypto news, and I'm gonna get my screen adjusted just a tad here, and yes indeed, that should do it. Bear with me, that was a little sloppy intro, but we're gonna make do with what we got. Crypto news, right? So first thing up, crypto lender Nexo offers to buy their rival Vault. And it looks like Vault has just, along with Celsius, along with that other one we announced last week, Voyager, they're all halting withdrawals from the exchange, and it's just another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust and did not have their risk management in. So it says, if successful, Nexo said it plans to restructure the company and pursue an expansion in South Asia and India. So valued on Monday, paused operations and said it was exploring restructuring options due to financial challenges posed by a sharp plunge in cryptocurrencies. The Singapore-based company is backed by the likes of Coinbase and Silicon Valley, Peter Thiel. So it's the latest firm to get caught up in the chaos gripping the crypto world lately. In last month alone, Celsius, another crypto lending firm, put an indefinite pause on withdrawals, citing extreme market conditions, while Three Arrows Capital, a crypto hedge fund, applied for bankruptcy protection days after collapsing into liquidation. So what's the number one thing in cryptocurrency land you have to have, especially when you're trading with leverage? You got to have what's called risk management, and that is a stop loss in. Now, I've never traded with $1 billion, but I imagine that stop loss is going to hit pretty hard. You've got to have some nerves of steel. But not only so that's kind of the crypto news for the day. Not want to be a bearer of bad news. The market isn't over. This is we want to see capitulation. It's a bull market to the downside. Just kidding. Complete fear hasn't really set in yet. So needless to say, we've got some really important dates, calendar dates, to be watching out for. And I found this really cool calendar called forexfactory.com. I'll put a link in the description below to kind of keep up to the upcoming dates. Because, today's July 5th. Today we had the big thing today was factory orders. Basically, that is they're basically looking at China, right? All the factory orders come from China, and if that is lower than expected, well then, China's getting a bit of a slowdown, and that's not going to be good for the economy. Vice versa, factory orders are up, and they're producing more. That's going to be good for everybody. What else do we have going on? Today is the BOE Financial Stability Report. And what did I want to bring up about that? So that's an assessment of conditions in the financial system and potential risks to financial stability in Europe. So that is the Bank of England's report, kind of like the Fed, but for England. And the euro just took a major hit, big time hit. Let me bring it up on the daily time frame, because we're going to take a look at the Europe, not only Bitcoin, which has kind of been breaking out here in the past couple hours, but we're going to take a look at this guy right here. His name's Mr. Euro. Falling off a cliff with some, why is that? Well, I think they announced today they're going to start raising rates over there in Europe, and they've got worse financial conditions than the U.S., and that is why the dollar is looking mighty strong at the moment. Not only do we got those 10,000 nukes and good old President Joe Biden, we all need to say a prayer for that guy. But yeah, so the dollar's, euro's tanking. the yen, Japanese yen, has been tanking. I mean, look at the yen, right? Can you say straight down? Straight down. Let's see if that lines up with any fits. Just curious. That was kind of the macro consolidation right there. As soon as we broke this level, boom. And next target down on the yen, the good old Japanese yen, is going to be down there as we head into the purple zone. That is the 3618 Fibonacci. And the euro, what do we got here? The euro, mighty nasty downtrend here. Kind of looks like the U.S. stock market. Now, U.S. stock market looks worse. But as we break this level, this key level right here, I'm going to go ahead and draw our fibs from the bottom to the low of this range to get the more extreme read. Actually, let's go more conservative, from this guy to this guy. So the euro, next target down, going to be about 95 cents. And I'll bring our last attention to the dollar. So remember, guys, when the dollar is strong, it's bad for equities, it's bad for the rest of the market, essentially. Bad for Bitcoin, bad for equities. Dollar go up, bad, especially in an inflationary environment. But we did hit our target. I mean, to the T. I've been saying 106, 106, 106. And where's our next target on the weekly time frame? It looks like we just had a weekly breakout. Let's see. Yep, that's a weekly breakout. We broke this guy, came up here, tested support, and we're breaking out again. And so what's the conclusion here on the dollar? Massive strength in the US dollar coming in here. That's not good for traditional markets. That's not good for Bitcoin. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this out for a next target on the dollar. And this could take weeks. It could take months. You know, not going to happen overnight, but I'm long-term bullish on the dollar here. And ultimately, the next target is going to be somewhere around 117, 120. And I don't know where the measure move off of that formation. Excuse me. Ooh, drinking some coffee here today. Anyways, back to the important dates. So today's numbers, not so important, but what do we have coming up here as Bitcoin is rallying tomorrow, July 6th at 7 a.m. We got the JOLTS numbers coming out. The JOLTS numbers, so July 6th, let's see. Oh, look, job openings. And if you click on this little folder right here, it gives you a nice little description of what it is. Employers in the U.S. probably add workers at a more moderate yet still healthy pace last month as the job rates held near such and such, such and such. So in a sense, that's the total number of job openings. If the number comes in down, it's bad. Essentially, I think there was 11 million job openings last month. If there's only 10 million, that's going to be bad. There's less people hiring in the recession. And then the more important thing at 11 a.m., that is 11 a.m., the FOMC meeting. That's 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. The Fed minute meeting, right? So what they're going to be talking about, how do I get out of this so I can see where we are? Okay, this is it right here. Oh, you hit a little X right there. Okay. So 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Guess what? It is the detailed record of the FOMC's most in-depth insights of the economy. They're going to give some clues, blah, 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 blah. The bottom line is this. Is inflation, are they going to say inflation's peaking, right? What is the consensus on CPI? And I'll tell you what, Bloomberg and everybody who knows what they're talking about, right? They have a number. They have a number they're projecting, and your jaw is going to absolutely drop when you hear this number. And I'll tell you that in about the next 2 to 5 minutes, so stay tuned in. They're also going to talk about how aggressive the terminal rate will be. And in case you don't know what that is, well, it means there's a lot of pain ahead. Okay, a lot of pain for the markets. That's kind of the Fed rate at the end of the year. Is it going to be 3.25, 3.75, or 4.25%? That's, they're going to raise those rates, those rates through the rest of the year. There's going to be a rate hike this month. There's going to be a rate hike most likely in September, October, and November. So again, that's at the end of the year. So the higher the number is, the worse. And I'll tell you what, the consensus on CPI, it's expected to come in, according to Bloomberg, at 8.8%, higher than last month, 8.6%. And I don't have to remind you what happened when inflation came in higher, when it came in higher from last month, right? You know what happened in the stock market? Well, took it on the chin alongside Bitcoin. Okay, another date to remember, July 7th, the members are going to vote on where to set the nation's key interest rate. Not so important because they're going to talk about it the day before. And then, what else? Household spending, FO. So Bullard and Waller, I wish I had their pictures. I'd throw it up on the screen so you can see what they look like. But Bullard and Waller are going to talk on the 7th. And then on Friday, the 8th, there's a big catalyst. And keep in mind, this is just the 3 days before the CPI release. So again, they're going to give the projection, and then they're going to give the real number 3 days after Friday. So that'll be Wednesday next week. And so that's on Friday. And we're also going to get the unemployment rate from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And that's expected to come in at 3.6%, same as last month, 5% year over year. And here's the big one, 0.3% month over month gains in hourly earnings. So if that comes in at 0.4% or 0.5%, that's great for workers, but horrible for the market. And that's coming at 5:30 a.m. Friday morning, and I'll be up. Will you? And I'm just going to bring up my Instagram account just in case you guys care to follow along here. But yep, we saw some fireworks last night. Literally sat on the golf course right under the dang fireworks. It was amazing. What an amazing show out there in Westlake Village, California. And what will I be doing at 5 a.m.? Well, that's what I was doing this morning. Yes, this is my new favorite toy. It is the ice machine. Not the ice machine. It's where I keep all the dead bodies. Just kidding. But no joke. The ice plunge is for real.
You cannot alter the records.
Yeah, and check this out too. You know what? We got
which are tens or hundreds of thousands
a TikTok channel. So in case you care to follow along, that's just some of the personal stuff on my Instagram page. I'll leave a link in the description below there. And then, so that's Friday morning coming up. And what else am I going to announce on Friday morning? I'm going to announce the first ever Bitcoin Advisors Beginner's Guide to Bitcoin Trading. It's a free Zoom call where we're going to go over some basics and answer some questions live. And that's going to be announced on Friday morning. So I'll give you the date and time for that. So don't forget to check back in on Friday. By the way, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I don't know who that is. I'm going to go ahead and exit that out. And, oh, geez. And that's our business account. Needs to say, moving on. What else are we going to be looking at here? Bitcoin's price action. I know that's what y'all come for. And yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Help out the channel so you can get notifications on the new videos we go ahead and put out as Bitcoin is having a bit of a little rally party to the upside here. And the dollar is going up. NASDAQ going up. So we had a mixed market today. Started off negative, turning positive on the day. And here's why I believe, although many other people are quite bullish on Bitcoin, I'm a little bit skeptical at the moment of this rally, and here's why. One, the dollar is doing this. When the dollar does that, not good for Bitcoin. Now, could we essentially pull back from this region and come back down? Oh man, the yawns are getting me today. I need some more coffee. I'm just gonna have a little sip of this sparkling water. Okay. Yeah, maybe tomorrow the dollar comes down, but look, we've got, we will have, that would be 3 drives of bearish divergence, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we confirm that as a local high, momentum will cross down below $1.0548. Volatility is increasing. So if we do see that bearish divergence, which is when price is making higher highs, RSI is making lower highs, and I'll just point that out right here. And this is going to be the bull case, right? So price is making higher highs, RSI is making lower highs, right? That would be bearish divergence, and I would expect a move back down to at least the yellow 21 at $1.04, which would cross momentum back to the downside, and volatility would be increasing. So that could happen tomorrow. But if Federal Reserve comes out tomorrow and the Fed minutes say, hey, inflation is peaking and the economy is getting better and don't worry about anything, well, essentially that would be, let's see, a positive for the NASDAQ, and we could get a bounce, and that would play in line with a Bitcoin bounce, which here's where the bounce target is. I mean, look at this ascending triangle. It's real simple. Or descending triangle. I mean, personally, do I think we're going to break out today or tomorrow? No, I don't. I do think we're probably going to get rejected here, maybe at the 21, something like that. Come back down and then maybe give it that shot. But if we break this triangle, the measure move is going to be back up to, call it 23,000 on CMEs. We will be confirming, and I don't know what happened. Oh, in 35 minutes. So the day is almost over. It's 1:30 here. And that would confirm several drives of bullish divergence as momentum is crossing to the upside. And let's see, how many drives? Price is making lower lows. Yeah, so that would take us all the way back here to this low right here. And that would give us, call it 1-2 drives of bullish divergence, which should give us a shot up to the 21, coming in at 22,830. And if you go back and test, typically when you get a cross up from this low of a level, you know, it's resulted in some pretty good bounces on Bitcoin's price action. So I would be aware of that. However, you know, if we do get rejected here and come back down because of the numbers coming out tomorrow, what again is on the board for tomorrow, July 6th, will be the JOLTS numbers, job openings, and then the Federal Reserve minutes, and they're going to talk about interest rates, and they're going to talk about CPI, and that should be, you know, fairly interesting. So a lot's going on this week. It could be death and destruction or peace and prosperity. Easy way to mediate that, I think, is going to be price action. Forget about the news and just look at the price. And overall, you know, again, when the NASDAQ does something like this on a 6-month time frame, when you have a bearish close like that, bearish engulfing candle on Mr. NDQ, which I need to bring up NDQ. US 100. I want the oldest price history for NASDAQ. The index, Let's see if that does it. Ooh, a line chart. What happened there? Why did it turn to a line chart? That was strange. That was just very strange. Anyways, I'm not going to bring that up right now, but NASDAQ just did something that it hasn't done in a very long time, and you do have confirmed drives of bearish divergence. 1, 2 drives as momentum's crossing to the downside on the 6-month time frame. That's a powerful signal. That is a powerful signal to the downside. So yeah, Bitcoin could put in like a 15 to 30% bounce right now, easily, right? But it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look pretty. And where would I judge that? Even on a 4-hour closing basis. Volatility increasing, we are crossing back up. We'll have several drives, 2 drives of bearish divergence if we confirm this as a local high, and that would give us probably a shot back to the bottom side of the range if we do confirm anywhere here or lower. So any kind of a 4-hour closure back above 21,700, and I do believe this move will get hit back up to 23,000 and will very likely initiate the explosion on CMEs and give us a run at least back to the top side of the range, coming in at about 23,000 bucks. But I do believe that bounce will fail somewhere between 23 and 25, which I'm just going to mark that territory off right here. I mean, that's a $1,000 blue box. That's a $1,500 blue box of peace and prosperity and death and despair, and I will mark it off just like this. Just like this. Boom. And yes, we could get up in that green box, but I'm saying that is going to be the box of death and despair, and CME is going to be a good one to judge it. But as for the moment, hey, momentum is to the upside. We got those drives of bullish divergence, as you can see, coming back from this point. Wow, so that'll close in about 30 minutes and 41 seconds. So again, we got lower lows in price, higher lows in RSI, and that'll confirm in 30 minutes if we can close above here. So now, can we get rejected and cross down below 20,462 in the next 30 minutes, and then put in some bearish divergence on the 4-hour, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4 drives? Absolutely. If we do confirm this as a local high, multiple drives coming from this point right here. So again, RSI would be making 1, 2, 3 local highs. So RSI needs to get above here if we're going to maintain this 30-minute uptrend. What do we got on the hourly? On the hourly, I'm willing to bet. Am I willing to bet? I sure am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So again, lower highs coming alongside higher highs in RSI. That is going to be hidden bearish divergence in an uptrend. Price is making, no. That's regular bearish divergence. Price is making higher highs. Excuse me. In a downtrend, price is making lower highs, RSI is making higher highs. Even to this day, I still get confused on, what is hidden bearish divergence, what is bullish bearish divergence. And that's why I've got a little chart here on my desk. I just look at it, and I do know when price is diverging from the RSI. It's very clear in my mind, very easy for me to see. However, exact terms and definitions, you got to look it up here and there. Okay, so what am I generally saying here on Bitcoin's price action? We're at 20,500. We've had some real volatility, and I hate to even bring this one up again, but the moon phases did fire off a pretty good sell signal, and it has been pretty darn impeccable with calling some major market moves, and I'll just throw it up there for you guys again. But we had a bear moon come in, and let's just chart it out. Let's back test it, right? Bear moon came in right here. That is 44% down. Bear moon came in right here. And this is just taking the worst possible price. That's 31% down. And the bear moon came in right here for a 18% down. So this bear moon fired off, and we've only gone down. We've only gone down from this bear moon like 2%. I mean, what was that? 5%. That would have been a very weak bear moon. And in light of all the bearish circumstances going on in the markets, dollar rallying, higher inflation, higher interest rates, real estate market about to collapse, the euro's collapsing, China, you know, they're probably collapsing, but they're just lying about it, right? The government's just lying to everybody. I mean, it is laughable to say the Fed didn't know inflation was going to be this astronomical, right? When you print, you know, you double the world's money supply in 2 months, right? And then we say, oh, inflation's going to be transitory, and oh, inflation, you know, we don't see the risk of inflation. That's what they were telling us. Inflation's going to be transitory. There's some really smart people that work over the Federal Reserve, right? And that is absolutely nuts for them to have said that. So now that they're saying, oh, it looks like we have a handle on it, I think it's just a big joke. It's just a big Ponzi scheme from the Federal Reserve. And that's why ultimately Bitcoin is, you know, going to take over. It's going to have the decoupling effect. You know, Bitcoin is this open ledger that allows everybody to send money anywhere instantly for free, basically. And once people wake up and smell the coffee and NASDAQ does this, right? When NASDAQ, let's look at it on the weekly chart. And let's get the moons off here. Oops. What do we have here? So this is the NASDAQ. I mean, this is a parabolic blow off top. This is what you call craziness, right? From, when is this? March of 2009. That was the bottom of the financial crisis. From 1,000 to 16,000, we're still up like 1,000x, or excuse me, 10x. So it's got a lot more room to come down, and if you just look at it from the volume profile perspective, we are entering no man's land below 11,000 bucks. And that could give you a clear shot down, if not already, after breaking this node right here, right? You break this node at 11,000, and we're coming down, down, down to doggy town. And that's coming in right here, right? So, overall, yeah, Bitcoin gets a bounce here, but, you know, probably just want to make people aware that, you know, there could be some more downside to come. And here's what I'm looking at. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just showing you what I'm looking at here on the charts, just for fun, just for kicks. And yeah, what does this measure move? I think I've done enough for today. So wrapping it up here on Bitcoin. Or why don't we take a look at Ethereum and see how the targets are going on the weekly time frame. So we hit the first target. We're coming down to the second target. If you go based off of Wix, I think that's where that $700 target is coming in. Nope. That wasn't it. Where is that coming in from? I mean, we just hit it based off of this consolidation. So if we go wick to wick, right, we bounced right up to the 0.5, got rejected at the bear trap zone, at the bull trap zone. And yeah, it looks like you could even lower that target a bit. Technically speaking, Ethereum looks good at about 487 bucks. And what do you know? That's right along that last support level there. And if you throw in the volume profile, yep, that's where it is. Right here, right here. So if Bitcoin goes down, yeah, Ethereum goes with it. But it's going to give us the buying opportunity of a lifetime for all you people that, hey, cash is trash. Absolutely. Cash is trash. But it is the least smelly piece of trash in a bear market. So cash, yeah, it will put you in a position of power to buy when the market capitulates. Buy while there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own blood. That's it for today, guys. Again, we do Bitcoin and crypto IRAs. If you want to figure out how to put Bitcoin or any crypto in your IRA going in the next bull market, there's a link in the description below. We look forward to hearing from you, and have yourself a blessed day. Take care.